Hello, friends. I am super excited to show you this new card. Okay, so what I was saying is I'm so excited to show you this card. And the best part is, look, a little owl pops up. There's like a little window sheet here where the little owl floats. So what a cute surprise, right? So for this card, I'm using the front here, I'm using the Conversation bubbles set with the coordinating dies. So the dies are quite cute, kind of all the little outlines or some even little thought bubbles. And then, of course, the things that you can put inside of them. This, I only mounted the high so far, just because that fit with the little owl. And then I also used the Celebration Adorable Owl set, which I think is super duper cute and very versatile. Some of the ladies in my card group did turn these into baby cards. And by doing that, they just because we used all three owls in person, they just snipped off the little hat. So this one, and now you're going to ask me which paper I used with it. This is from the current catalog. So for this one, I used also the Celebration paper. So it's the Dandy Designs free with $120 purchase in the Celebration catalog. And then I used the Balmy Blue ombre ribbon, which is in the mini catalog this season. Okay, so I'm going to show you how to put this together. I'm trying to remember who it was, but there was someone that showed this fold at the Vancouver Stampin' Up! Conference this year. If I can think of her name, I'll let you know. But she had used a different stamp set, and I converted this to being the owls. But I think it was a really neat fold. It's actually quite easy once you are shown how to do it. So basically you need, this is with my camera, it's a 8.5 by 11 piece of paper cut lengthwise. So it's 4.25 inches by 11 and then scored at 5.5. And then the front that I stamped the owls on is 4 inches by 5.25. I'm just going to grab my owl stamps. And this time I'm going to use the paper with the stars. So this one I've decided I'm going to put I'm going to change it up a little bit and put see if I can kind of leave this in the viewpoint for you. Put the one little owl there on the front. I'm going to change it when I use the owl that's flying. Oh, and I got a little mark. Let's just flip that over and try again. There we go. See, it's only when you can do it a million times with no issue. And then the minute you do it on camera, it's not perfect. Okay, so from there, I'm going to put a little bit of adhesive. My piece of designer series paper is 4 inches by 1 inch. Pop that on the bottom there. And I have some pale papaya ribbon that I'm going to use. I always just like to take and tie a short piece at one end, create a cheater bow, and then clip the ends so that they're at an angle. Okay. Then I was using all of my blends. So this one is the dark. What I really loved about the owls is that you can make them pretty much any shade of brown that you want. I like to coordinate it that I have like a darker brown, do you know what I mean? Kind of accented with a lighter color when I'm doing this, but I think it's very, very versatile to be whatever you want it to be. And I've been seeing them now, some of the owls kind of like gray, and that's also very cute. Color. I should have had another one prepped, and then I could do the color of magic of what is that when people like swap one in and swap one out, right? Like it kind of, if you're making this at home, I guess you're making it along with me. Okay. Pumpkin pie here for his feet and his beak. And I'm kind of obsessed. I've seen people coloring online, and I love it when they have blue eyes. And my youngest has blue eyes. And I also love it when they have green eyes. And my husband has green eyes. So I guess I could make like a whole family of owls, making them kind of, I don't know if you could make owls look like you. I don't know if that's an actual thing. This is light granny apple green. But I think they sure look cute. And then I'm going to use the medium dark. The hard part here is I haven't kind of written down which of the browns I've used for what. Every owl that I'm making is a little bit different. I'm kind of trying different things out, but I'm kind of using the suite that Stampin' Up has with regards to kind of keeping all the different browns. And I must say that it's so nice to have so many different colors available, even for coloring. You know, it's perfect for doing skin tones for people, but equally amazing for apparently doing cute little owls. I use the light. This is the medium light, and that's what I'm gonna color his little eyes in, and then the little tips of his ears. I think this petal pink. I'm trying to coordinate with my paper a little bit there. Okay, let's do the other owl. This one is the medium deep. I should say too that when I stamped for the owls, I used my Memento ink. Because you're using the blend markers that are alcohol based, you want to use an ink that when you're coloring with them, that the ink doesn't bleed. So Stampin' Up has a couple kinds of ink. There's Stays On, which is an alcohol-based ink. So then if you use that alongside this, then you're using alcohol markers, then the alcohol could move the alcohol. Let me see if this one is medium light. So by using kind of two opposites, so like opposites repel, then there's no pulling of that color of the ink, so it works perfectly. So same thing, if you're going to do watercoloring, that's where you would want to use your Stays On ink, because then you're using watercolor pencils and water. If you used Memento ink in those cases, then it would potentially cause the ink to bleed into your colors and cause everything to blend in ways which were not intended. Okay. I think I'm going to give him some very light. This is light smoky slate. I think I had a lighter one. Light gray granite. Do the backs of his eyeballs. Light gray granite. Okay. Oh, I guess I've been coloring upside down. I have a thing about coloring upside down. Somehow it's easier. Like in art class in grade 2 and 3 when they made you, draw upside down. Definitely not good at drawing, but there we go. So the front of my card is all done. Next, let's do the inside of the card. So I'm going to kind of set this up. Oh, and by the magic of that's one thing that I did do. I did stamp and cut out the high. That I did ahead of time. So that there was here's the magic. Here's the magic of television. Okay, so there's the high. Okay, so I have my card base. Then I have a piece of white paper, which I've already pre-scored. I'll give you the measurements. So it is 9.5 inches long by 3 3/8. So 3 3, put it this way, 3 3/8 by 9.5. And then you score it at 1 inch, 2 3/4, and 4.5. I'll say it one more time. 1 inch, 2 3/4, and 4.5. 1 inch, 2 3/4, 4.5. It's hard to see the score lines on here. And then you kind of want to do like an accordion style fold on it. So that it looks like this. Okay. Then at that point, you want to get out, I know that this is retired, but this is my 2 1/4 inch punch. And I'm just going to basically put it in and not go, I don't want to go down to this where this first line is, making sure that it's centered as much as possible between my folds and punch that out. If you don't have, I know this is retired, but you could use the circle dies to get the same effect. Then you need a clear window sheet. This is cut to 3, you can't even see it, 3 3/4 inches long by 1/2 inch deep. Okay, and then I just took some adhesive tape, put a little bit here, a little bit here. Stick this on. Okay, then I'm grabbing my Tombow glue. I'm going to glue this shut. Okay, so now we have our little part where the little owl is going to fly. Now, I did do this once using snail adhesive, and the problem is when you use like snail is that there's no wiggle room. And because there's like both the left hand and the right hand side, I found that it actually works better with the Tombow glue with regards to getting everything lined up. Once you kind of have it, the other thing is like kind of press down this way again, just to kind of make sure that it's, I don't want to say really flexible, really flexible. I'm going to put glue there, down the center. Okay, and then I'm going to line up my center folds. Okay, I just kind of like gently lay it on there, and then you can press down. And then fold it, make sure everything is lined up. And take your bone folder and kind of score it again. And that way everything is in place. Okay. Okay, then from there, I have my other designer series papers, and that's cut to 5 inches by 3 3/8. Now this one, I found that I didn't want to put it right up against here, against the that fold line. I've like took it out just a little bit. And the reason for that is I think otherwise it gets too thick. And then it doesn't, the card kind of binds a little bit when it closes. I'm gonna put that there. So you can see we have that all lined up. Okay. Now I'm going to take and put my card front on. Oh, I'm on the wrong side. Because you want to, that's why I always do that part after. I'm going to put it on the front here because I want to be able to write a message here. And then I want the little owl to be kind of seeing the stars behind it. So I use dimensionals here. My personal preference is I always put a dimensional about half onto my ribbon just so that it never slips. And then on the inside, this I did do ahead of time, like I was telling you. So I had a little owl. And because I had the party hat one on the front, I'm going to use the flying owl on the inside. I used, again, a little bit of tear and tape adhesive. Just put it straight on there. Stick my little owl friend there. And then after that, I'm going to stamp the "It's Your Day" in the inside. My black ink is right here. Perfect. And there we go. Really cute, fun fold. Not as complicated as it looks. So it looks like you've given a really fancy card and made it look easy. You know, someone's going to be wowed. I think it's a wow card. So it says hi on the outside, little owls. And inside you have your little flying owl. It's your day. Thanks for joining me. And I hope this inspires you to make a little cute little celebration owl card as well.